This video is for really people that just want to get started. How did you get started? How did you get your first customer? When did you first launch your business? How did you get started? How did you get started? How did you get started? So hi, my name is Karen Fox. I am the owner of Fox Grand Lux. I started this company in 2023, but I started preparing for this company in like 2020. This video is for really people that just want to get started, don't know where to go, don't know what to do, and have all these questions. I'm here to really answer these questions for you because I didn't know where to start either when I first started this company, or even when I started researching to figure out what I wanted to do. When I started this company, I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would sell over 2,000 units like so fast. So I always get this question, how did I get started? What did I do in the beginning? And what are some mistakes that I made that I wish that I could go over and do it again? Or I wish that I had someone to tell me what those mistakes were before I actually did them. And trust me when I tell you, I made many mistakes. I also hope what I'm sharing today can inspire you, because even if it inspires one person to try to do something different than they did yesterday, then I've accomplished my goal. I never thought in my wildest dreams that where I'm at today would be because I decided to take a chance on myself and just do something different. I was 1,000% afraid to try this, and I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say that you won't have any fears. You will have fears. You will be somewhat intimidated by trying to start your own business, but I will tell you the rewards are amazing. I was able to leave my job. I was able to travel when I wanted to. I was able to do a lot of things that I would have never imagined that I could do by betting on myself and giving myself some type of way out of the regular 9 to 5. And trust me when I tell you, if I could do it, you could do it. If I could do it, anyone can do it, honestly. So in this video, I'm definitely going to show you to create your own logo if you don't have the funds to do it on your own, what platforms I used, and I'm definitely going to show you what I did in each instance and actually what I feel like I could have done differently and some mistakes that I might have made. Because starting a business could definitely be scary. But if I could tell you anything, this one bit of information, don't let the fear stop you, because it's scary, but it's definitely doable. I knew I could do it. I didn't know to what extent my business would take me to. And that to me is the most rewarding part of it, because I was able to do things and support my family in ways that I never could imagine. And to me, the pros outweigh the cons by far. The outcomes was truly life-changing, and skies definitely were the limits. I'll explain exactly how I got started. I'll explain exactly what it might have cost me to get started. I'll tell you all my mistakes and show you exactly how you can get started too. In 2020 is when I realized that there was an area for my product, because there was something missing in what was already on the market. I created a wig glue because at the time I was dealing with postpartum and I had lost all my edges and I had to wear a wig, and unfortunately the glue that the stylist had used was no good for me. And I felt like for us to spend so much money on our hair, we should have a product that is good for our hair at the same time and can benefit us from using. And I also didn't want to have to break the bank just to get some glue to glue on a wig on my head. First thing I really want you to know is, what is your why? Why are you starting this business? What are the reasons that you want to get serious about creating a product? Now, that doesn't have to be something as so close to your heart like how mine was. I had a problem and I solved the problem. And that could be something just as simple for you. You can see a problem out there and you just want to solve a problem. Or you can just want more for your family. There are going to be times when this business does not pay, where you're going to be making mistakes and you're going to be like, should I give up on this? Should I walk away from this? And that why is going to bring you back. Like I said, I made a lot of mistakes, and with those mistakes, I could have easily walked away and given up and said, you know what, I'm just going to work this 9 to 5 for the rest of my life, and this is just what it's going to be. But because I had a why, I kept pushing forward. So I influence you to please make sure you have a why, and write that why down. Maybe make it your screensaver on your phone. Maybe make a vision board and put that why there so that you always are reminded as to why you are doing what you're doing. The next thing I want you to do is to find a product. How do you find a product? How do you know what product is right for you? What I did was I already had a product in mind because I was solving a problem, but you might not necessarily have a product in mind. However, you might see a problem that you might want to solve. That problem doesn't necessarily have to be directly connected to you. I know many of entrepreneurs who don't even use the products that they sell. I actually know someone who used to be my mentor, and he sold women facial products. Now, this is not a product that he used himself, but he realized that there was a area in the market for people that need this product, and why not him? Why not be someone to sell this product? Just because you don't use the product yourself doesn't mean that you don't necessarily have to sell it. However, I do recommend you sell a product that you have expertise in the beginning, only because it's going to be a lot easier for you to actually sell this product. When I mean sell this product, I mean marketing. I wouldn't necessarily go to a doctor to find out what's wrong with my car. I would go to a mechanic because a mechanic knows more about vehicles. So you want to be able to have an expertise in a product so that you can sell it more. You could also understand why and how it functions so you can help your clients and help your customers. After you've decided on a product that you want to create, there are certain ways that you should also double check this product to see if this product is actually worth selling. When I started my business, I knew for a fact that my product would do well, only because I know the demands of women and their hair. If you know any woman out there, their hair is important to them, and they're going to spend money on getting proper things for their hair, and they're going to spend as much as they possibly can to ensure that their hair is healthy, it looks great, and they want to do it on a dime, obviously, but things are expensive. So I knew for a fact that women's hair product would definitely be a great ticket on a product to sell. Honestly, any product that you can use to enhance your beauty in any way, and this could be for male or female, this would definitely help your area to narrow down on a product. People love their skin, people love their hair, they love their nails. These are all cosmetic things that people use to enhance their beauty, and it's always a win-win when it comes to productivity. There are certain websites that you can use to see if your product is going to do well. The website that I used when I first was starting out my business was Google Trends. I went onto Google Trends, I put in wig glue or hair glue, and I saw the trend over the past 5 years. You want to give yourself a big enough window when using this website, because you don't want to see what the trend is for the last 6 months, because that might have just been seasonal. It might have just been because of the election. It might have just been because of anything in particular that could have caused those numbers to fluctuate. You want to look over a period of at least 5 years so that you know that this is how the market actually has been moving, and not just randomly like whatever you see. Now, something else that I say to look at when you're looking at the numbers, you want to see if there are any peaks and lows when looking at the chart on Google Trends. Because when looking at Google Trends, you want to make sure that there aren't any dips in the time that you are looking to purchase. Let's just say, for example, you decide to go with a seasonal product. You're going to see the fluctuation on the chart. You're going to see when it was high, and you're going to see when it was low. When the times that you see that it's low, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes products are low, but they're not flat line. If you look on Google Trends and you see a flat line at the bottom of a high trend, you want to stay away from those products, because that means that during a certain time of the year, the product does not sell at all. However, maybe this is still a product of your interest, and maybe this is something you still want to do, but you just have to be prepared for those low dips in the year. Sometimes products are seasonal, like for example, sunglasses. If you are selling sunglasses in a state or in a country where it's seasonal, where sometimes you don't get a lot of sun, just understand that sometimes during the year, your sales might, decrease because there is no need for people to buy sunglasses. Now, there's some people that wear sunglasses all throughout the year. Here in the United States where I'm at, that can work because some states are always sunny. Some states are more rainy. So it all depends on where you're selling and also what product you're looking at. However, Google Trends will tell you and show you on a chart exactly what the sales are during the year so you can better differentiate which direction you want to go with this product. Also, if you see me looking down at my phone, it's because I do have everything in an ebook, and I'm going through my ebook for anyone that is thinking about starting a business on their own. If you don't want to wait and you want to grab my ebook, the link will be below and you can purchase the ebook. Right now it's on sale for just $25. White labeling. White labeling is something that saved me. This is how I was able to create my business from scratch, theoretically. I'm not a chemist. However, my product that I created is a wig glue. And I don't know how I would be able to put chemicals together to create a wig glue that was also sensitive for skin, but strong enough to hold a wig during any season and during any weather. However, there are people that have already created this product and is willing to customize it for me so that I would be able to sell it to my customers. This is crucial to a business. If you are not hand making the business yourself, you want to be able to white label it and get it from another consumer or another manufacturer that can produce the product for you. The website that I used to find my manufacturer was Alibaba. Alibaba has a host of different companies, a host of different manufacturers that work with engineers that can manufacture your product for you. Now, there are many things that you should know about this website. And again, all the information is in my ebook, but I'm going to break it down and give you some of the things that I ran into and some of the mistakes that I made. When I first created my wig glue, I went with a trade company. And I only went with a trade company because I didn't know any better. I went with a trade company that was able to sell me samples of a product that I thought would be good. And I got several different products from several different trade companies that were telling me that their glue was the strongest glue and it worked really well and I could customize it. But of course, I'd have to customize it at a high price because a trade company is a lot different from a manufacturer. I didn't know that at the time. This is one of the mistakes that I made. I should have gone with the manufacturer in the beginning. The difference between both manufacturers, they sell things in bulk and they sell it at a lower rate because they're selling it to you in a bulk amount. A trade company is going to sell it to you in a lower quantity but at a higher rate. So you're going to see on the website maximum or minimum quantity, like the amount of quantity that you need to purchase from a company. That will differentiate depending on if you have a manufacturer or you have a trade company. The trade company is really just a person in between you and the manufacturer anyway. The reason why we have trade companies because if you're starting out and you don't want to buy so much of one product, you can go to a trade company that's going to give it to you for a little bit less in quantity, but you're going to pay a little bit more in the amount that you pay per item. I should have went with the manufacturer, like I said in the beginning, because I wanted to be able to customize my product the way I wanted to customize it. And the thing about Alibaba, they will yes you to death. They will yes you to death. They will tell you yes, that they can do whatever you need them to do for a product because they're looking for the business theoretically. They want to get your service because they need the business. And I didn't know that in the beginning. I assumed that them telling me that they can create this product for me, that I trusted just a yes. I messaged over 50 companies to find the right company that was good for me and that worked with me. Don't be afraid to speak to them through video chat. Don't be afraid to send them videos of exactly what you want. I actually encourage you to speak to them through videos, speak to them and show them what you want in your videos for your product. Because I can tell you that I want a product to fit in my hand. But that to them could mean very small in your hand. It could be maybe quarter of your hand, maybe half of your hand. You have to show them exactly what you want so you can get the results that you need. Or else you're just going to be wasting a lot of money. Once you found your product, the next thing is to get a label or a logo. I was able to create my logo in the beginning on Canva, and you can go right onto Canva and you can customize a logo very easily and just customize it, maybe change a few things, tweak it, change the color, and add your own name to it, and you've had your logo. Or if you want to get a little more detailed or a little easier for you, if you're not really used to using Canva, you can go onto Fiverr and you can pay for someone to do your logo for you. You go right into Fiverr, you hit logo, and you'll find a host of different creators that can create exactly what you want for them. And also you can speak to them exactly how you would be speaking to anyone like in Alibaba. You can give them direct details on how you want your logo to look. I don't believe you can send videos, but you could always draw out things and send it to them and show them exactly how you want something to look. You could even share like a Zoom link where you guys can jump on Zoom together and you can talk about exactly what you want your product to look like, which I definitely advise you to do as well. I've done that several times and it saved me a lot of money because I was able to see if someone was right for my business or if it wasn't going to work. Samples. Samples are so very important. When you are creating a business, you want to be able to go back and forth with the manufacturer, but you also want to be able to touch and feel the product in your hand. Like I said before, they can send you pictures of glasses. And then when you get the glasses, they can be tiny glasses for babies. They can be tiny glasses for a doll. You don't want to just go based off of photos because photos can be a little bit misleading and deceiving. You want to pay for a sample. Now, samples add up. If you feel like a company is not getting your point across, then I would tell you to find another company. There are thousands of companies on Alibaba. You can find several different companies to create a product for you. Don't have to feel stuck with just one person. If one company sends you a sample and you're unhappy, do not give up. I went through tons of samples before I found my product. Go to another company, ask for another sample. But before you get your sample and before you pay for it, tell them exactly what you want. Don't let them tell you we can't do this or this one will work just the same as how you want it, because I ran into that problem. They told me several times like, no, 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 until I found a company that said, yes, we will do it. We'll make it stronger for you. We'll do exactly what you want. You try it. You tell us if you like it or not, and we'll continue working to get to your needs. And that's when I knew that was the manufacturer for me. But I had to kiss a lot of frogs before I got to that one manufacturer. Pay for the samples. Your item might cost $1 and your shipping might cost $49. Trust me, I know. I've been there. Pay for the sample. It's going to save you a lot of money in the long run. But don't just get samples from all the companies. Speak with them. Go back and forth. There is a time difference between China and where you're at, or if your company is in India that you're talking with, there will be like time difference, time zone. So sometimes I would talk to them at night when it was morning for them, or I would purposely stay up from like 11 to 2 in the morning so that I could communicate and get my point across, just so I can get the ball rolling a little bit faster. But there will be a time difference. Don't let that stop you again. It will take a lot longer because you're talking to them at night. They're talking to you in the morning. So it's always like 1 day delay in conversation. I know it's a little daunting, but you got to get the job done. And like I said, if I could do it, you could do it, because this has literally changed my life. And if I could just teach one person how to do what I've done, then I feel great and I'm able to change someone else's life. Labeling. So I found a label company that I use. I no longer use the company. I did use Sticker Mule in the beginning. you can upload all of your images to their website and they can show you samples of it. You have to obviously approve the samples once you've uploaded your image. And I felt like the turnaround, everything was great. There's nothing really bad to say about the company. I would still use them, but now I'm purchasing at a larger amount, and you can definitely use them to start out your business, do 500, 1,000 labels at a time. They can customize just about anything for you. However, you can also get some of your customization from Alibaba. You can purchase all of your labels from the same company that you are purchasing your product from. I do not recommend that. I don't recommend it because sometimes when I noticed products that they were showing me samples of, they had labels and company's name already on it, which means that if someone wanted to duplicate your product and they found your company would be showing them your product as a sample to what their product could look like. And I didn't want that. I didn't want my wig glue company to show my label and my name to potential products and people that were looking to promote their wig glue. I didn't want that same competition there. So I chose to go with a different company to create my labels here in the United States and or in China. You can do it just with a different company. But if you don't mind having that competition and having people know your vendor, then by all means, go right ahead and get that company to produce your labels. Again, get samples. They will give you a lot of pushback on the samples and they'll tell you, well, we can't print just one or two to send it to you. If they can't do that, just have them send you a screenshot, details of exactly what the label looks like. Make sure you go over everything letter for letter because there is a language barrier and the way you speak and the way they speak might be completely different, and you don't want that to be represented on your product. Your focal point is very important. A focal point for me when I started my business was I got a lot of samples from my vendors out in China. And I had a lot of girls that I worked with at the time. I used to work in a college where a lot of women wore wigs and they were able to use my product as a sample to see if this glue worked or not. That to me was crucial because as a business owner, sometimes you're biased about your own product. You feel like, well, I bought it and I made it, so therefore the product is going to work and I'm just going to put it out there, and you don't allow anyone else to try your product. And that to me isn't really good because you're going to think that your product is good and you're just going to put it out. But someone else might use your product and say, you know what? I feel it could be a little bit stronger. I feel like the color isn't really good for this product. I feel whatever they might feel for it. So I advise you to get a focal point, and the focal point could be a family member, but I would definitely try to maybe ask someone at work, ask a friend of a friend or a friend, family member, someone that is not going to give you their opinion just because you're their daughter. Like I know if I ask my mom would be like, oh, honey, it's so great here. Yeah, you should go forward with it because that's just what moms do. But you don't want a mom's opinion because those reviews, they get real. I also advise people to go onto Amazon as one of the, reviews for your product. When I was starting out, I went onto Amazon, I typed in wig glue, and I saw what people were saying about wig glues. Some were saying like the consistency isn't good. Some were saying they couldn't use it in the summertime. Some were saying it was very watery. The consistency of it wasn't great. Like there were so many reviews and so many comments that I can use to make my product better. That's how I was able to customize my product. I went on Amazon, I went on eBay, I went on Etsy, I went on all these websites that told me what was wrong with the products that were already out there, and I just made my product better. So I also encourage you to do the same thing because this will ultimately separate your product from what's already on the market. Again, I'm looking down at my phone because my ebook down below, if you want to figure out everything that I'm saying and have it word for word, and maybe this video isn't long enough for you, but I have everything written down in my ebook. You can click the link. It is definitely on sale right now for $25. So you could also have an evaluation of the products where the pros and the cons, and then you can always take those pros and cons back to your manufacturer and have them fix it or tweak it, or, do as much as you possibly can to get it to the finish line so that you can ultimately put your brand label on it and continue selling this product. The website that I use to create my website to have customers travel to my website to purchase is Shopify. Shopify has been amazing for me. Their website has everything. You can customize your website, which I wasn't used to doing either. And my focus was more on the product instead of on creating the website. And I didn't want to spend a lot of time to do so. So again, I went back onto Fiverr. I found someone that does website, and I had someone help me build my website on Shopify. And it's been a game changer. Shopify has tons of apps that you can upload to your website to help your website create things. For example, I have a chat now website. So if a customer has a question about my website, they can hit chat now and it can go to my assistant's phone right away as a text message, and they can respond. So you get response right away in real time. For me, Shopify has just been that great. Pre-launch for me wasn't something that I thought about. It just kind of happened. So I started promoting my company on TikTok, and I did a video where I glued a wig to my husband's head, and the video went viral on TikTok. So I made a whole lot of money within my first week of promoting my glue, and it literally took off from there. It literally just went up from there. It was like a rocket ship. And that to me wasn't something that I was trained in, but I knew that I needed to show my customers exactly how well my product worked. And that was just a way that I came up with doing it. And in my mind, I kept thinking strong enough for a man, but made for a woman. That kind of like motto. And it worked. Eventually, I'll be coming out with something to teach people how to do some marketing. So stay tuned for how I got my business to grow once I got it up and running. So if you watch this video all the way through, I thank you so much, and stay tuned. I definitely will be coming out with more videos and showing you exactly step by step what I did to grow my business from $0 to $21,000 in my first month. Love you later.